Now at 4, preparing for winter weather here in Houston as we go through another cold and wet day. A chance for sleet and even snow could come overnight. People are bundling up and hopefully being careful on the roadways as our cold and wet snap continues. Good afternoon. I'm Sarah Donchie.
And I'm Keith Garvin. We have you covered on what you need to know about the weather and road conditions. We want to begin with Channel 2 Chief Meteorologist Frank Billingsley, who's tracking those conditions. Frank.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've had reports of a mix of sleet and light snow in the Woodlands as well as snow in Waco. So it's certainly possible. It's been a miserable day as promised. Temperatures right there in the mid 40s with a north wind 10, 16, 12, 22 miles an hour in Galveston. Look at the rain. It's been steadier today than yesterday. We've seen all told anywhere between a half an inch and 3/4 of an inch. You see that green strip there coming up on an inch of rain right across Harris County. So the precipitation is in place and it looks like the cold air is going to continue to filter in. The National Weather Service for our area has issued freeze warnings basically from Columbus to Conroe off toward Cleveland. I know the other part of the counties are included there, but it's generally north of that line that you're going to have to watch for freezing temperatures overnight tonight. So plants need to come in, obviously pets. Pipes not so much, but make sure that everyone is protected. So let's talk about this snow threat. And first of all, this is what we have right now. I always look at where we are to see how the model is initializing this. So you see snow here, that's around the Waco area where that's being reported, down through West Texas, even into Mexico. So that's what we have right now. Here's the model. It picks up the snow around the Waco area off to West Texas, down into Mexico. So this model of all of them is the one I'm going with because it initializes this so well. Let's put this in motion and we'll see these showers coming across tonight, and you'll notice that pink and that white area. That's a mix right there of light rain, perhaps a little sleet and some snow. That's 12:30 in the morning. Then as we continue with this cold air right along Houston to the coast, this is 2 in the morning, all the way to Corpus in the valley, back out toward Beaumont. You see this line of a mix as well as snow. This is not expected to accumulate. It's too warm at the ground to really materialize as far as anything on the ground sticking, but maybe to windshields and some cold surfaces to the roof of your house. That's a possibility. This is 4 in the morning. With that line, you see that's all white there. So we're getting more and more into going from a light rain to a mix to all snow as we go into the early morning hours. But look at this. We get to 6 a.m. It's at the coast, if anything, and it's moving out quickly. So it's really a midnight to 6 in the morning event, if at all. I would give it a 50-50 chance right now. And behind it, we clear very quickly with lots of sunshine in store for later on Friday afternoon. So temperatures low to mid 30s after midnight. So you have a while, especially if you're north, to get any plants protected. Make sure all of your pets are protected. Light wintry mix Houston and west and southwest. That's midnight to 4 a.m. We get 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. That light wintry mix from the coast and into the Galveston area. So the mix is what starts. The rain, a little mix of sleet turning to all snow is a possibility overnight. That's obviously going to affect not only traffic tomorrow morning, but it's been a mess this afternoon. Eric.
Those roadways certainly are slow. Actually coming in here this afternoon, it took probably 5-10 minutes extra for what's typically a 20-minute drive, and there were no accidents or anything to speak of. So you can see on our traffic map here, there is a lot of green, but there is a ton of orange and red, especially inside of the loop. So just bear that in mind as you're planning your afternoon commute, anything that you have going. If you've got to run errands, if you're picking somebody up, or if you're just driving home from work, it's going to take you probably a little extra time than it normally would. You can see the Southwest Freeway looking pretty packed, the West Loop, the West Beltway all looking pretty stacked up right now. So let's take a look at a couple of our camera shots from Houston Transtar. You can see this is the West Loop at Westheimer, and things are going very, very slow. The traffic volume is not that high, but people are just going very, very slow. Spray in front of, or on the car in front of you could be a problem, so leave extra room between you and the car in front of you. The Southwest Freeway is stacked up a little bit, things moving slowly on the Southwest Freeway as well. You can see volume overall is pretty light on the Southwest Freeway at this point in time. Let's take a quick look at your afternoon drive times outbound. We're looking pretty good. Everything in the green or yellow. 44 minutes into the Katy area, 34 minutes into Cypress. We'll have another update coming up at 5 o'clock, so be sure and stay tuned for that. Right now, though, back to Keith. Okay.